from GXR. You still get great value with your Magnus. You're still kind of ruined by the Winter Wyvern, though. Blade Fury can be cancelled off. Your Spin TP can be cancelled by Winter's Curse. And GXR to get that Spectre you were talking about. So they're going to try something else for themselves. And this is something In Your Dream's very comfy with. We've seen him play this a ton across all the teams he's played on. So it's something he can definitely adapt to. I'm keen to see if he goes for Blade Mail or that Echo Saber we've been seeing.
It's going to be very interesting. I think the Echo Saber is just the way to go. Like, Blade Mail, it just feels so bad as an item right now, and Echo Saber, it just does so much more, it feels like, at the moment. Especially against the Jugger, I don't think you want to go down the Blade Mail route because you're just going to get Omni'd anyway, right? Like, most of the damage is going to come through Omni Slash, which isn't going to be affected by Blade Mail whatsoever. So I think you just go down the Echo Saber route, and we've been seeing a lot of these Spectres with the Echo Saber. They're allowed to basically join their team early on and actually able to fight with their team. So I think it's much more the way to go than, say, the Blade Mail, which basically locks you into just farm. And it just doesn't feel good at all.
Yeah, it's just not amazing. Like, it doesn't even accelerate your farm by much. It doesn't feel like it does, at least. So I'd like to see that added activity here on In Your Dream. Issue is, I don't think they have the best of ways of playing with her Haunt. Like, you'd really want something with burst, so your Spectre comes in, helps you clean up real quick. Nothing like that. You do have Ice Blast to follow the Spectre. You can catch out the target the Spectre will want to haunt too. But Winter's Curse isn't... It's something if your Spectre is far, but I don't think that's the situation you want Winter's Curse to set up for the haunt. So we'll have to see how else GXR plays with a Spec to enable that quicker style. With a Saber, I think Motivate.Trust, if you actually do play that faster Spec, you're going to lose out in farm still, because Magnus Jug will still clear out the jungle faster, sort of like the issue we saw with the Ursa. Now, it's not as bad for a Spectre compared to the Ursa Diffusal we saw from Game 1. It still is a bit slow compared to Magnus Jug, so GXR will have to really invade the jungle a lot quicker to stop that from coming out from Fearless and from Jackie. And you can see the last man, so your tiny puck taken out by Motivate.Trust. That's the team fight that would have built up with a Haunt and allowed the Spectre to really follow through. GXR to take out the Timbersaw and the Viper. So taking out the natural break for the Spec and the DK, just to ensure that their tankiness is intact. And of course, taking out the offlane that really plays nice with Magnus. Like, rips through the Spectre in lane, trying to keep In Your Dreams matchup clean. We have to see what they do pick for Alacrity. It needs to be something that they can play with a tempo that you will play with Haunt. You're limiting yourself to 110 seconds, right? At level 1 cooldown. You want to have something very big at the time the Spectre can Haunt in.
Okay. Final pickups now. Galaxy Racer Esports. I still think they're just looking for that mid lane for the for Alacrity. Could throw the DK mid if you want. More than likely it's going to be Mizu though. So have a think. And it's going to be the Ember. Which I do like because Alacrity, he does play a very mean Ember Spirit. One of my favorite heroes to see him play, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, Motivate.Trust, they see the Ember. It might be a little bit annoying for the Magnus, and maybe just fine. How do you want to finish for Motivate, though? Like, do you want to run this Magnus mid, or do you want to, say, give it to Masseros instead and pick something else in the mid lane, perhaps?
I think the mid Magnus versus Ember is not too bad for Mag. You can still just focus in the creep wave instead. You're not going to be able to harass out the Ember, especially once the Flame Guard's up to level 2. But you can still shove out the wave, harass him out with your Empower instead, and threaten with a Skewer, as we saw Fearless do last time. So I don't mind the matchup too much. This does enable GXR to follow through with the Ember with a Haunt, or follow through the Haunt, and they actually will shift it. Invoker coming out for Fearless. This is something we haven't seen again in a long time as well. And this should be our Matsuros offlane mag. So Invoker versus Ember Spirit lane, rather interesting. Should be relatively okay for both sides. The Invoker, if he lands a spell combo, can be really annoying towards the Ember Spirit. Have to say, this is looking like those classic combinations with melee cores, right? You've got Empower, you've got Alacrity. Not the player, the spell Alacrity. Toss it onto Jackie. He's going to do a ton of damage, right? It's going to feel great. You can land that combo. I got disconnected somehow.
Uh-oh.
Very strange. I'm coming back in. That was
back?
odd.
Let's hope so, John.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
No
Yeah.
breaks for you, sir. We're paying you for
No.
this time, you know?
Yeah. You know the server is Southeast Asia. It is what it is. But I know you're gonna ask. I'm gonna answer you.
Am I,
I
John?
will say. I'll answer you anyway. I think Motivate.Trust's draft is really nice. They've got super strong combos with their Jug. They've got great setup for the Invoker combos with the RP. They just need to really watch out for Winter's Curse. That's the big game changer from GXR. If they get caught up in the Winter's Curse before they can do RP or after they do RP, it's not going to be amazing and it's going to really throw away the team fight of MTG. So GXR has a very big tool to counteract what Motivate.Trust did in game 1. Now it's just down to execution.
See how this one pans out, John. Motivate.Trust vs Galaxy Racer Esports. Game number 2. GXR, they need to win this one to be able to force to a game 3 and have a chance at the grand finals. Of course, for Motivate.Trust, they're going to be one game away from those grand finals. And see, knowing Motivate, they will want some revenge against Boom Esports for knocking them down earlier on in the playoffs. See if they can make it happen.
Yeah, it's be a bit of a grudge match. Either team going through is going to be something that I think Boom is looking forward to for the history between both teams. Of course, for Boom versus Motivate, it's that they got 3-0'd last time in Pro Series 3. For Boom versus GXR, if that happens, they'd want to show up against In Your Dream and Jocam, former teammates, good friends. So there's a big storyline, and we'll have to see who pulls through. GXR, the A game has to come out. In Your Dream has to have a better lane than he did in game 1. Spectre versus Mag, when it does come true, shouldn't be too hard for Spec. You can at least find your farm, but you have to watch for the skewer place if it does come true. The Shockwave and Empower harassment is also going to be something that annoys the Spec. You do have probably your Winter Wyvern standing with you. Actually, might just be Pulse in the A he's with. If it's the AA, it's not as potent. If you have the Winter Wyvern, you can at least heal up. So sustain that lane, get your farm, play passively for the most part.
Okay. Like they are maybe going to have a bit of a scuffle. There's the pizza down. Earth Spike is out. Jackie, he'll go for a spin and does take the bounty. But now he's going to find his way out as Mizu. He does have the stun. Maybe they got a bit too excited here, and Jackie is going to get first blooded. Alacrity will take the kill on the Ember. Another Earth Spike though. Leonard going to go in now with the Impale follow-up off Q. Jocam is still running. He's going to get taken down too. But it's a much more worthwhile trade for GXR as they get a first blood going the way of Alacrity on the mid-Ember. In the end, that secondary kill, it went to Leonac, so it's not really that worthwhile for Motivate.
Yeah, they're going to feel good on GXR's end. Now, one thing to compensate for that on Motivate.Trust side is they do get 3 bounties. So it compensates for losing first blood. The rest of your team gets a good injection of gold, and that should help you get your initial regen out, get your initial items flying through. Oh, Jackie.
Alright, Jackie got some revenge apparently down a bot lane. Level 1 spin apparently proving to be enough as they set up onto the DK. And it's probably going to be one of those games, John, as there's health bars dropping all across the map. It looks to be a very aggressive style game. 2-1 already, 1 minute and 10 seconds in. But we are going to have a quick pause. Q, he needs a break.
Yep, fair enough. And we were seeing some connection issues in game 1, so hopefully it settled itself. You can see Fearless saying it is spiking. I can attest to that from Southeast Asia. Still, going back to that Mizu kill, it's the one thing with the DK. He starts with Dragon Tail level 1, so he's not really stopping the right clicks from Jackie. Without the Breed Fire, he's not tanky without the Dragon Blood, so Jackie can just roll onto him with a Blade Fury, and even if Dragon Blood is up, spin is magic damage. So you can still harass out the DK. For Jocam, Cold Embrace can sort of save. Issue is it's gonna be really, opening you to magic damage as well. So it's not really gonna stop the spin damage from coming through if you do freeze up Mizu. There is potential to be aggressive in this lane, but it's not the AA DK lane. I think the AA DK lane's a bit more aggressive to play with, because you have the Dragon Tail and Cold Feet combo for chain stun, and that is one way you can kind of set up for a kill. But for the most part with the DK, it is a slower laner. It's something that just stabilizes the lane, draws even at the worst case scenarios, and kind of goes from there, hits level 6, pressures tower, So they might not even be gunning for a more aggressive early presence here from GXR in this lane. And the Winter Wyvern will allow you to play more defensively and just try to get EXP up. So looks like that might be the game plan. But you do have to prevent Jackie from farming. Like Breed Fire is going to be your bread and butter. So you need to hit those levels up in Mizu soon.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll hopefully get back into it very soon, as Q has not reconnected yet. John, I haven't had the pleasure of asking you this at all throughout the Pro Series, but have you had Merienda today?
No, it's too early for it. It's lunchtime.
Oh.
It's what is it? Tanghalian? Yeah, it's lunch right now. We've got some good stuff as well. If I can tell the crowd, we've got some crispy kare kare. Ooh, with a dollop of bagoong, with some rice. It's gonna be good. I can't have it. They're eating without me. I know they were. I heard them chopping the meat up. So they're having a great lunch. I'm gonna have a little bit of snack of that in the break, maybe, if you've got time. You know,
It's
would
hard,
be nice
isn't
to
it?
chug that down with a mate mate. Oh,
When-
it is.
When you're casting and the rest of the family's got some special event going on, they're all eating and having a good time, drinking some beer, laughing. You're in your room, just stuck in front of the computer screen, waiting for the pause to end. I know how it feels, John. It's hard. I get you. It's all right.
Yeah, it
we
is
all,
what it
we all
is.
feel
You know,
you, John.
we've got good Dota at least. And that's
Yeah.
enough to fill your inner stomach at least. Well, your stomach's inside unless you've got an issue. So your I don't know, entertainment stomach. I don't know what point I was trying to go for. I lost my train there.
Yeah. Yes, you did, John. Brains are gone.
Even a master falters.
Thank you, Alacrity.
I mean, that
Well
was very
timed.
good timing from Alacrity. Thank you very much. You're not a master though, John, so don't get your head too big. Definitely not a master at casting or anything.
Yeah, definitely. Still, pause still goes on. How about you, Mike? Like, do you have like a dish that absolutely gets you going? Because kare kare is my favorite dish. That's why this is extra painful. It's like my absolute favorite. And it's right there, fresh, crispy, and just out of distance.
I gotta get this line as well. Forget about that. This is what I was talking about. I need this one from Motivate.Trust. I need that one. I've got more Commander Boss from Boom now. I've got the Neon Esports ones. I like spamming my own voice line, of course, and I personally do enjoy the what is it? The one Play Hard keeps spamming, the gyrocopter kind of the sounding one.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Well,
one.
loves
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then I really want that one that you just heard, and I want 496's one, because I believe once you have all those, you have the most tilting voice lines possible for SCA. And like you said, you kind of cross all the nationalities as well, so it's not like you're missing out. You're gonna have something for every situation. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's such a great tool for your ranked games. You know, it can be a nice tool to untilt your team. It can be a nice tool to tilt the enemy team. Just really good. And you know how Southeast Asian Dota is. It's all about the psychology. Southeast Asian Dota, it's all about the trash talk.
It is.
It's all about getting in your enemy's head, saying easy at the end of a 90-minute game, saying intro voice at the end of a 100-minute game. You know, that's the kind of stuff Southeast Asia is all about. Freaking hell. Intro boys. It's a 90-minute game.
I never
Jeez.
believed it as well back in the day. People used to tell me in the SEA server, if you tip somebody, you're starting a civil war in the game. And I never realized it, right? Because I'm a bit of a serial tipper, right? Like I play POS 4, I'll go catch somebody out, and I'll give them a bit of a tip, you know? And man, I really started some wars in some SEA games, John. Let me tell you, I learned very, very fast not to tip people unless I'm very confident. So we do get back into the game. And, well, Mizu gonna go in for a stun onto Jackie. It's just gonna be that though. He might have even been stunning before the pause happened, as there was just no follow-up to it. The casual stun.
Yeah. And this lane should hold steady. Again, Mizu needs to get some levels up, get the Breed Fire rolling to try and stop Jackie's farm, but for the most part, this will be a defensive lane. Up top, though, is where the back and forth will be. Q is trying to get the creep pull. And this is the thing with Nyx. Level 1 to level 2 is just awkward. You just need EXP. You're going to have to drag the creep wave, usually behind the tier 2, but in this case, Q was cut off. And just try to get your level 2 up. It's slower, But Monsters can threaten here if he wants.
A nice impale out. Skewer back is going to be out onto In Your Dream, but it's not by the tier 1 tower. Still, it's going to be a lot of damage onto In Your Dream. The Cold Feet might just save the day, and a nice block from Polison. Impale, though, is up again. But they won't bother. Masaros, he wasn't within range to really get some hits off onto the Spectre. But they are dominating the lane, and you can already see Q getting ready to interrupt this large camp pull. There you go. He pulls the creep wave away. Very nice.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do in that scenario. That's all you want for the Nyx. Get the EXP up. It's a bit tough for Spectre AA though. It's a bit slower for lane just because, well, Spectre's also really passive, so you have to hold out. Down mid, the last lane we haven't really looked at. Alacrity and Fearless up against each other, really even so far. Invoker still finding farm, has a slight EXP lead. Once you get the levels up on your orbs, of course, you can just kind of compensate for regen. But Alacrity's got a bit of a tougher job trying to zone out here.
I'm trying to look at 3 different lanes at the same time, John. Mizu, he ends up dropping down at the bot lane. Another kill there for Jackie on the Jug. And that's definitely bad news, right? Like, whenever there's a game where Jackie's getting kills on the safe lane, it usually doesn't end up working out very well for the enemy team.
Yeah, it's a toughie. Like, you're giving Jackie a really good start. You can accelerate to his Maelstrom, I think is what we'd expect here, because you've got Empower from Mag, maybe an SNY, depending if he feels like he needs his stats. And you're just not stopping him. You've got the level advantage on the Jug. Mizu actually opted for 0-1-2 in his build, so no Breed Fire to push out the wave, no Breed Fire to stop Jackie from getting good right clicks off. It's so defensive for Mizu, but it's really just not going to stop Jackie at all.
Oh, Leonak, he's going to take quite a bit of damage out from Jokam. Mizu, unable to get in range. In fact, now Leonak going to turn around. He even has the neutrals helping him out. Jokam, he might just be gone. Yeah, he is. He tried with the stick charges. Meanwhile, top lane, Polison, he is being chased through the trees in the T1 tower. Will get taken down by Masaros. And things just get exponentially worse for GXR as time goes on, as now In Your Dream is by himself. He'll take a bit of damage, but Masaros, he didn't have the mana to skewer him back. Meanwhile, mid lane, Fearless and Alacrity are now going at it. Chains are out. They're going to try and man-fight this one out on Alacrity. Nice sleight of fist. Understood he had the damage and does get the job done.
It's down to the build of Alacrity. He opted for the early Orb of Corrosion, going into the Phase Boots. He's got a ton of physical burst damage on hand. Invoker doesn't have too much armor, so you're going to be able to rip right through, and with that early level 6 for Alacrity, that just means he can apply that pressure, and this is where it slows down a bit for Fearless. Has to be cautious, as Alacrity will always look for those openings in all those plays, and it's easier for him now to secure all the water runes, all the power runes, and bounties as well, with his remnants up. And even just TP home and refill his bottle. So he's not going to lose out in terms of regen trade, and Fearless is just going to feel a bit off. You know, you don't pick up a bottle on Invoker, you're not going to have regen on hand beyond your Quas Wexic Sword and what they give you. And he's saving up for the Midas, but with that one death, this is going to be stalled out a bit.
Jackie, I was wondering why it was he spammed Nani, but there you go. He got Mizu. Things going very well in the safe lane of Motivate.Trust. The exact opposite is happening in the other safe lane. In Your Dream, he's getting some CS, but it's still behind Jackie, and of course he hasn't been able to pick up any kills in this Spectre. Really very scary stuff. Are they going again? They're not this time around. Leonak, though, is being chased down by Alacrity. He's definitely dead. In fact, Jokam will take it himself. I think that was maybe a little bit unnecessary by Jokam. He probably could have let Alacrity take it, but it's fine. He'll grab it. Mizu, Omni gonna fly through. The creep wave might save the day, and it does. Jackie mistiming the Omni. Is not gonna get the kill he wanted, and he will have to back off.
I don't think you mind too much. It's kind of optimistic to burst through a DK with level 2 Dragon Blood. A lot of your physical damage output on the Omni Slash is not that great right now. So Mizu is going to be fine. I think the bigger threat's still that spin from Jackie. If he finds the angle with a Phase Boots, it's so easy for him to run down. So you will have to watch yourself. And this is a bit awkward for GXR. Jackie has a solo lane. He's getting solo EXP, solo farm. They've actually allowed Leonak and Q to play up top, and they're pressuring In Your Dream here.
That they are. Impel lands, Sunstrike gonna fly through. In Your Dream, not looking too healthy, but he has the help of Alacrity to come in. Leonak, he drops. In Your Dream picking up his first kill of the game. And now they'll try after Q, but Masros is gonna intervene and try to stop this from happening. But now Q is gonna be cut off by Paulison. And this is why you've got to love the Alacrity Ember. He does make those very nice rotations. Gets an easy 2 kills and we'll just back off into the mid lane again.
And this is really important for GXR. Alacrity is going to have to buy that space for the DK and Spec because they're so underfarmed. Spectre's going to need a ton of space here to be effective. We are seeing the Echo Saber build coming out though on In Your Dream, so we'll have to see what they do make happen once that Echo Saber's up. They have to sort of play with the aggression it can allow you with a Haunt. They just need to be able to start setting up around that. They still have the issue with Jackie free farming though, and this is going to be a bit troublesome. You do have level 6 up on Mizu, so he can pressure back a bit. Maybe start thinking about that bot tier 1 to take out.
Gonna try Mizu with the dragon form, trying to get some damage off of that tier 1 tower. See how much he can get done. As Earth Spike is gonna come in. Jackie has that max level spin. Mizu, he's a pretty tanky boy now, so he might be alright as Jackie won't have the damage output, and Mizu is gonna avoid the Sunstrike as well. So no problem here for Mizu this time around. And Motivate.Trust, they might have a bit of a problem now because the tier 1 tower's being forced in. No defense out from anyone yet. It looks like GXR though, they're not going to be able to get that much damage off. No siege creep available right now, so they'll just let the tower do the work. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Mizu again being chased down, but this time Sunstrike is not going to land. Jackie now going to be in big danger. In Your Dream does haunt in and takes the kill. Very nice here for the Spectre. As now Leonak, he's going to try and run, but eventually they should be able to pick him off. And they will. Alacrity once again setting up for the team. Does get his 4th kill of the game. And I'll tell you what, John, Alacrity is literally the only reason GXR is probably still evening out this early game.
Yeah, he's the one with all the farm. He's the one with the kills for his team. And he is going to set the momentum. Like, he's done a great job with just the phase boots or corrosion. He's going for the Maelstrom build. That is going to be big once it's up. Gotta look up top, though.
Well, Impel does land. Mizu copping it again. The RP even being committed with the Sunstrike. They want to blow him up, but Mizu just won't die. The spin is there, though, on top of the Cold Embrace. They will finally take him out, and now the Omni into the backside onto Paulison. I mean, the AA should die here and does. And Masros, he's not done. He wants Joe Cam. And he will find Joe Cam. Screw him right out. He try and survive this. Well, Alacrity's here to help him out. Masros, he was by himself. Jackie now is going to try and join. Impel is out. Earth Spike does land as well. And now Joe Cam does get spotted. Sunstrike will get the job done, but more TPs are coming in. Alacrity, he's got Masros. He'll take out the healing ward, but now the Hex is out. This could be really bad for GXR, but a nice dodge with the Sleight of Fist onto Leonak. He'll run the other way. Meanwhile, towards the North Paulison, he'll end up finding Q on the Nyx Assassin. Leonak almost dies to Alacrity, but now Jackie will chase him down. Out of mana indeed, but he's not dead yet. A nice juke out. Remnants forward. Still no mana to use the Remnant, but he is safe. They cannot catch him. Alacrity, he's not even trying to TP back yet, but there you go. He will finally leave.
Dude, that would have been spicy. Fearless had the Sunstrike ready, just no mana. If he actually found a location or just took a wild guess as to where Alacrity was, that would have been a massive kill. Still, even kill board here, Mike, 9-9. 11 minutes in. Less than 1k lead coming out from Motivate.Trust. And the interesting change up here for Motivate.Trust is that shifting around who's playing active. Right now, Jackie's taking the front line with Masros. They're trying to buy space for Fearless to work onto his Ags timing. So they're just stalling out for the Invoker, buying him as much space as possible as Fearless was off to a rather even start, but nothing that he could say he's ahead in. And it takes a while for the Invoker to build up. So it's a good showing for Motivate.Trust and still getting that even farm distribution. They will have to be cautious as GXR does have some early spikes to play with here.
In Your Dream. Got caught out by Q and Fearless and just ends up getting bursted down by the Sunstrike. Alacrity though going to try and punish now, gets the chains off into the Ice Blast. Looks like Fearless this time should drop and does. Alacrity will take it. In fact, who else have they found? Nobody. It's just going to be the Forge Spirit. GXR probably not going to be very happy with the fact that In Your Dream died, but they at least get the mid Invoker. So not too bad overall for GXR.
Yeah, you're still fairly happy slowing down the Invoker. He is kind of the highest net worth. Now it's just juggling around between Jackie, Alacrity, and Fearless. You are still getting a ton of space out for IYD. His Crusader's almost up in Q.
Yeah, he's got Q down. Alacrity again going to set up In Your Dream. He'll be the one to take it. Just so much impact already. In fact, Alacrity's been involved in every single kill in the game so far, John. All 11 of them for GXR are set up by Alacrity right now.
Yeah. He's the space maker. He's the playmaker right now. He has the setup for his team. Where he goes, GXR has to follow. And done a great job of it. They've already taken the mid tier 1 as well from that last fight. Bot tier 1 to go. Bottom jungle is going to open up from this. And they've got a very safe spot now for In Your Dream to keep farming. And a spot they can contest away from Jackie. The Jug still needs farm. Diffusal Blade being up is a huge DPS spike for Jackie, especially if he gets the Empower up. We need to wait for Masaros's Blink and probably Echo Saber as well if he's going to go for that route, or his Pipe, just to kind of tie in some of that magic damage away.
Oh, Q gonna still go in onto Paulison. In Your Dream gonna try and help, but Fearless with the Sunstrike is gonna be able to take the kill. And now In Your Dream, he'll go for a bit of a chase. He has some help coming in, and in fact, it's gonna be Alacrity again. Are they still gonna go? Not quite. They'll turn around instead onto the line, but Leonak, he'll get the Earth Spike off, and now they'll try to turn. A really nice impale out of Masaros. He has the RP. He'll commit it. He wants the Ember, and they'll get the Ember. That'll be the first death for Alacrity, as now the Omni flies through the horn. Might just save the day, and it does. It's Mizu gonna try and run away by himself now. Won't really have much of a chance though, as the control from Motivate. Just constant stuns flying in. They will find another kill.
The stun stacking is really clean for Motivate.Trust. Not quite on the bleeding edge, but just enough that they get enough time to kill off these targets. Suddenly a 2k lead for Motivate.Trust. And losing Alacrity was big. He was worth so much money. They save their Spectre, which is nice, but Paulson.
Oh, nice finger in the Sunstrike out. Leonak, he gets the kill before he ties. These are some pretty disgusting combos, right? Like, you've got the setup for the Nyx Assassin into the Sunstrike. Even after the Impale and the Earth Spikes, you've got the follow-up stun. And then you just saw the finger into the Sunstrike. It's just all panning out really well, because Fearless does end up maxing out Exhort. He still has 1 point to go, but the Sunstrike is going to be max damage. I believe it is still 450 pure damage, right? No, it's 537. There you go.
Yeah, it's painful. It's painful once it's all the way up there, and you got to worry about that. There's just so much coming in now for Motivate.Trust. They need to kind of slow down for In Your Dream to find this next item, trying to work for the Manta. And Alacrity, he hasn't even finished his Maelstrom. He's just been playing so fast that it felt like he was an item up. He still needs to finish something beyond the Orb of Corrosion, so this might be the time to slow down a bit for GXR. They do have the full Ags on Fearless. They've got the Cataclysm ready to go, and boy oh boy, if you get an RP plus Cataclysm, like, that's going to be painful.
You'll have to see it. Very different playstyle here from Motivate as well, right? Because usually we see Fearless the one trying to make the space along with the other three, and they'll give Jackie all the space to farm. But this series so far, Fearless has been quite greedy himself. And I'm kind of liking this. Like, if they can get away with the greed, why the hell not?
Yeah, it's paying off. They just kind of shift it. You see Jackie be more active. He comes running around. He wants to play with its diffusal, as you should. If you farm this item, you need to fight. And they're just really shifting the priority really nicely. I think at some point, Fearless is going to take the backseat, and then they'll hand it over a little Mizu.
Oh, Mizu getting caught out. Chaos Meteor there, and look at the damage output. Once that Chaos Meteor lands that nicely, you know you are just dead. It doesn't matter how tanky you are. He is going to kill you with that Chaos Meteor every time if he gets the full duration off.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mizu went for this build. Blink Dagger first over a Hood of Defiance in this game. We already talked how vulnerable he was to magic damage. The blink, sure, it helps you with initiation, but you have Alacrity to set that up.
Cute. Oh, he's found Alacrity now. Speaking of, Cataclysm gonna fly in. It's not enough though. They needed one more hit. Alacrity, no, the Shockwave, Massaros. He'll make sure Alacrity does not get out. Jokam gonna try and back off himself, but the Omni gonna fly through. Mizu, it bounces off. Jokam's still in trouble. They could go for the curse, but they are out of mana. Jokam's gone, and Mizu is gonna try and make a run, but there is no running. Jackie has got enough. I believe they are going to try and contest this one out. Massaros right behind with the skew already. Jackie, he might need some help. He's going to try and TP away and does make it. Oh, he cuts it real close. Leonak, he does go. But that's going to be very demoralizing for GXR to see Jackie just TP out like that. And now Polison is going to melt to the meatball out of the sky. Mizu, they're going to try and turn onto Q here within your dream. Deafening Blast right through the middle. But is it going to matter? In your dream, he's going to try and chase them down. Fearless, Impel, not going to land. Alacrity going to come back in. They'll try for the Invoker. And it looks like they've got him. They'll take him indeed. It's now Massaros. What's he up to? He'll take the Bounty Rune. Alacrity, though, going to chain him up very nicely. Lock him down. And that should be Massaros dying. He'll try to cosplay Jackie there, but it does not work out.
Yeah, good punishment from GXR. Just having Alacrity back up changed the way that fight broke out. And that's what allowed him to jump back in, get those kills. Very big kill on Fearless. He's the highest net worth hero, so it's a good injection of gold coming out for GXR. And they do manage to protect In Your Dream. He wasn't under any threat. It's really tanky. They blew their RP early on the Winter Wyvern. It's around this time where you might have to consider getting bigger targets with the RP, as you need every source of damage you can to handle something like the Spec. Mizu is still not something you need to worry too much about, but the delay that Jokam can pull off with the Cold Embrace is really annoying. Like, it stalls out the fight too much. They were stuck killing off that Winter Wyvern for such a long time that the respawn for the Ember, who died first, came back in the middle. So, have to watch that for Motivate. They're still ahead though, 4k up. GXR are the ones under pressure to still fight along with a spike on Alacrity. He's got the Maelstrom up, working on the BKB. He's got a lot of damage on hand, just needs to set up.
Q, he sets up again, the Cataclysm, the RP though! Massaros!
Oh god.
I thought it was a bad RP at the start, because the Cataclysm, it did not connect because of it, but it doesn't matter. Massaros just kind of locks them down just in case. And now Motivate, they will go into the Roshan pit. It's looking like a repeat of game number 1 here for Motivate.Trust. And this is classic Motivate, John. When it comes to the finals day, they just wake up. This Roshan, not going to last long in your dream. Impel does land. Q trying to set up now onto the Spectre. Body blocks there as well, and your dream still trying to run. He can't afford to hit Q right now because of that Spike Carapace. That's going to be enough. He does get away, but it's kind of scary how much damage Q did to In Your Dream by himself.
Yeah, it's down to the fact that he's got this quick Spirit Vessel.
Chains out. They might be able to punish Q for that though, and the Spike Carapace is there, but he is definitely going to die. Nice pick up there for the side of GXR. We know GXR right now, they're just going to have to take the time to farm up. I say that, they are going to go for a smoke, but this is going to be into the aegis of Motivate. So it could be quite dangerous timing for them.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They'll try to go for the surprise. So they're going to find Massaros is going to get caught out. They got the chains, they got the stun, and they've got the Ice Blast. He'll try to skewer back one, but Alacrity should be just fine. He has the remnants ready. GXR doing a very good job of finding those solo pickoffs and just trying to drag out the game a little bit.
This is what they need to do. Find a hero that's lagging behind or stepping way too far forward. Get that punishment off. Prevent Motivate.Trust from playing clumped up. Because you see what happens. The chain stuns, the RP to regroup them. Very hard for GXR to deal with that. And they're just doing the right thing. Running around as a group, but only looking for single target pickoffs. And this is getting them the necessary space and time for In Your Dream. He's not too far behind the Spectre, just about 1,000 gold behind Jackie. So that's still a really good point for that hero. have to watch though. Motivate.Trust, they're lined up ready and they're smoked up here.
Paulison. A spike out. Finger immediately committed by Leonak. Playing no games. Take them out. Jackie looks like he wants to get started on that tier 2 tower. In fact, it was started a long time ago. He just gets the job done. Where's In Your Dream and what's he doing? He's got the Manta up now. Still needs a lot more though for the Spectre to feel like a real powerhouse. Definitely still feels a little bit squishy here on that Spectre, and see how much more farm he can get before Motivate. They will start going to the high ground pretty soon, I think.
Yeah, they can certainly start to set up. RP's ready to go. All their spells are ready except Finger. They are going for another smoke play. There is no wards on the triangle area, but GXR has no info as to where Motivate is either.
Oh, they found him. Hex is out. They've got the Spectre. Cataclysm. It's going to be a lot of damage. They don't have enough though. Curse is out. In Your Dream, can he make a run? Not quite. The RP. Masaros.
Thanks for playing Dota 2. Double kill.
Gets the big one. Into the tier 2 mid tower they go, and Motivate, like I said, John, will probably try for the high ground very soon.
And you're seeing that play we talked about. Not the play, but the buffs onto Jackie. Alacrity up and power up. He hits like a truck. These towers will not hold long. They do have a great way to D-push with this Ag Shard on Mizu, but it's really not going to stop you for too long. And they're still going to be able to get a ton of work in with just Jackie. And it just doesn't hold. Nope. There's too much damage.
With Alacrity that Leonak found Alacrity with Q, just the support solo kill off Alacrity. Jackie, he'll get the range creep, or rather range racks as well. Alacrity, he's not buying back here. He's holding out. Your Dream, he's going to try and get a bit of damage off. However, jump in. Mizu, he's going to go down now. The Cataclysm to set up as well. Now the Spectre In Your Dream. He's trying to get to the high ground, but a big meatball is in his way. He's out of mana. He has nowhere to go. He'll try to dagger up, but it's all over, it looks like. They are just way too far ahead here, Motivate.
Oh, God. And Masteros. That
All
last
aboard.
RP was on the edge.
All
Jeez.
aboard the Masteros train, John.
Oh yeah, definitely. He is just showing, he's proving a point. You know, he's showing us why he was so good last time around, why he was good enough to be picked up by other teams. And they're showing us why they're good as a team as well.
Yeah, I mean, they just got the draft they like to run. They just got too much out of their draft, it looks like. Jackie will offer the pizza. Skewer back again, Mizu, he's been caught. They have not got the RP for another 4 seconds, but it may not matter. Ice Blast is going to land, but Mizu, he is not saved. The perma stuns out, and now Leonak gets the Hex off. Alacrity is completely out of mana again. Chaos Meteor, perfect from Fearless. He does get another. Alacrity's going to buy back, but they have the RP this time around. Where is Masaros, though? He'll buy back himself. Leonak does drop, but they might be able to turn now. As GXR, they are getting a little bit overly confident. They move him, but In Your Dream, he's a sitting duck. He's going to try and run back to the high ground with the shockwave. The RP, not on target. Unfortunate. But they are still 2 racks up. And Motivate, it's just all about going for that final lane of barracks.
Yeah, they still have to go through a tier 1 and tier 2. They could just go for tier 4s, but I think they're going to respect power on GXR. Won't take too long to rip through these outer towers anyway. And GXR, they had to blow some really big buybacks there. They're sitting on basically just In Your Dreams buyback and Jokamp's buyback left. They're going to have the gold for Mizu in a bit, but you won't have the big one. You won't have Alacrity ready for buyback, and he is still sort of your big hero right now. He's the one doing the damage. He's the one doing the work. Have to be cautious. They are in a really good spot for a smoke gank, though.
This could be a really good start. Ice Blast going to come in. Jackie, he won't have the Aegis this time, but he will spin away. They can't kill him. Cataclysm going to fly through. Won't do too much damage. Q going to move in onto Alacrity. Chaos Meteor there In Your Dream. He's taking a lot of damage on the Earth Spike. The finger from Leonak. He takes down the backside. In Your Dream, he will buy back. He needs to join this fight again. But Motivate, they see the buyback and they are going to get out. fact, never mind. It's the fake out. They're going to smoke back in without Fearless. They have the Omni up on Jackie. They're going to run right into Polison, and Polison, what do you do? Stun out from Mizu, but Masaros is there. He shockwaves him back. Mizu, he's probably going to get taken down again. They're going to try and save, but they don't have the Winter's Curse. All they can do is Cold Embrace. In your dream, he will at least get Leonak. Mizu somehow still alive, but now Jackie, he could probably just commit the Omni. He's waiting for it though. He's waiting for In Your Dream to get low enough to commit that Omni, but now the Cold Embrace will save the days. Jackie will have to back off. Alacrity, meanwhile, will go into the backside after Q, trying to go after that Nyx assassin and should be able to get him. Meanwhile, they will also chase down Masaros. They won't be able to get the mag, but they've got 3 heroes down without buyback. And GXR, they do defend high ground successfully.
They're holding on. It was basically all their last buyback, so expended. So they're gonna have to be cautious for the next 6 to 5 minutes here. Very risky if one of these big cores, if either the Ember or the Spectre dies now, you're going to be stuck in a really awkward spot. And I don't know if this is good news for GXR or good news for Motivate.Trust, but it's a really short Roche cool respawn. It was 30 seconds. So that's going to be up right in time for Motivate to have basically their entire roster minus Q up. And GXR can also start to set up in that Roche pit. It's going to be important for them. If they find that Roshan, they give themselves a tool to fight back. They give themselves some padding to counteract the lack of buybacks. Just need the info out, and they're doing the right thing. They're dropping forward wards, checking the pit with smoke.
We go. Ice Blast, Jackie. He's been caught again, but he'll get the spin off. However, Curse going to lock him down, and that'll be enough to take him out. No buyback.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
No
God.
buyback on either Masaros and Jackie. And Roshan's up. That's some bad news for
Oh, no.
Motivate now.
This is painful. I saw Jackie buy out the blink. He had the gold for buyback because he went for that blink. It's that classic core play. You feel like you're ahead. You buy one more item to help you win, and then you're just suddenly gone.
They're going to try and do something about this Roshan Q. He's been caught out. Fearless can't really help. Has to back out. Another nice kill for GXR. Who also they found? Leonak pops the finger. It won't be enough though. Another nice kill for GXR. Back into the Roshan. And this time they should be able to get it quite freely as nobody has buyback on Motivate.Trust. Absolutely nobody.
That's a massive turnaround from the side of GXR. Like that, and that gives them an actual chance in this game to push back into the high ground, to find these tier 2s, to take more of these fights. Motivate.Trust have to be careful. They've been a bit sloppy in these last few fights, just being way too aggressive, getting punished for it, not respecting GXR's hold potential, and now they're finding themselves on back foot. Aegis up on Your Dream means that he's dispersing over 2 lives. He's got Cheese as well. He's got his level 20 talent with the additional slow on the dagger. Not going to be easy to chase him down. And Motivate.Trust, well, they do have this refresh up on Fearless, so double Kata is in play with the RP. That could be one way to go through it, and surprisingly, Motivate.Trust are the ones to smoke up as well. They're playing into that Aegis cheese.
They are still ahead, don't forget, right? Like, they're 10k ahead. This could be dangerous, but they know that GXR doesn't have many buybacks either. So if they could win out the team fight, the game's basically just over. I think is the mentality they have. But they are still probably going to play very cautiously.
The smoke's revealed by their warding. GXR knows.
Uh-oh. That'll be it for that smoke. DXR now, they may make their way over. Now, it looks like they're going to be quite safe about this as well, as obviously they don't really want to have to be kicked out here. And TG, they're still waiting around. They are quite interested in going for this fight. But it looks like we are going to see Fearless perhaps back off. He does have double Cataclysm up with the Refresher Orb, so I guess you don't really need him to be there anyway, because he can BOTs over at any time. And of course the Cataclysm, he doesn't need to physically be there to get it done.
Yeah, I think you'd want him around for the Alacrity though. just buff up Jackie. He went for stats mainly in his build-up with the Scotty, the Sanjin Yasha, the Diffusal. He probably could use that little bit more damage boost for his Omni Slash. And we'll see. They're keeping all the super creep lanes shoved in. So GXR can't really dip outside of base despite having the Aegis Cheese on their side. They're just having to still play cautiously, and that should still lead to Motivate.Trust finding more gold to build up. They can take this time to finish up perhaps that Swift Blink on Jackie and hold on for the buyback. In fact, Jackie's switching it out. He's going for the Aeon Disc just to make sure he has an escape plan. I think he's going to have to go for that assembly play, so just lock the item and pop it open right when he knows he's about to drop. That's going to be able to stall out in these fights and going to be pivotal. And no, he changed his mind again.
Oh, poor old Paulson. That's one of those things, right? If you catch any of the supports out, they are guaranteed to die. It's now in your dream. He's going to be chased. He just bought the Eye of Skadi out. He's going to try and fight as Mizu. Will rotate. They'll get one, but Masaros is in with the RP, but
Oh, no.
Oh, he's missed the skewer. He'll try for the TP. He will make it out with the Glimmer Cape. On the brighter side, they force the buyback from Paulson. But without the RP up now, they're going to have to back off for 2 minutes.
They're going to have to chill out a bit. They've still got the top wave shoving in. The mid wave will naturally shove in with the super creeps. So GXR don't get too much of an opportunity to use this kind of blunder from Motivate.Trust. They also bought back on Paulson. So you're down one support buyback. You're going to be on cooldown again for 7 minutes. It's not like you did have buyback on your Nyx yet, but his is down for a minute left. So you should line up those buybacks better for Motivate.Trust. They're going to have a 1 buyback advantage. And cooldowns are all said and done. GXR, they could look for a haunt play soon. Use that Scotty to their advantage on the Spectre. They are going to smoke up.
That they are. See what they can really find out of this. Arcana going to be left smoke up, and they're moving in. However, Q has been caught, and now the Remnant's forward. Has he gone too far though? Hex is out. Leonak, he's got the control, but in your dream is going after the line, but they have lost Alacrity. And now in your dream, he's in a very awkward position here, but he will get to the low ground. They will get the Lion. Still no RP up. It's very hard for Motivate to play into this.
Is under attack.
Both teams, they are going to back off and kind of respect each other. The Aegis does now expire on In Your Dream, and he doesn't want to go too much further without it. Back to farming.
It's a bit difficult for Masaros to look for the blink angles now. The Ag Shard on Alacrity is just causing so many issues. It's a 600 AoE for the burn. That is a huge amount of area to deny away from a Magnus who wants to use that blink. So it's going to be tougher for Masaros to find the angles here, and they're going to have to watch that. They do have a minute of a window with Alacrity not having buyback up. So they can maybe start to line up for the tier 2 bot to take that out, but they are down their line. So they're lacking their Hex, they're lacking one Earth Spike. Like that Jackie does finish up the Lincolns to break off the Winter's Curse, forcing a single target spell to be on him first. They have a couple of nice single target spells though on GXR's end. Like they have at least the Cold Feet and the Dragon Tail to break it first, so it's still not going to be the most amazing way of saving yourself as Jug, but it still gives you a bit of a window there.
I mean, in some way, there's hardly any spells. Like, you've only really got 2. But we'll see if they can make it work, as Jackie now is going to move in Your Dream. Going to back off. Mizu, meanwhile, stun out. They've caught Leonak with the RP in the backside. The Cataclysm, the double Cataclysm. They will blow up both supports. And now Mizu is going to drop as well. Omni Slash committed. That'll be enough. He does have buyback, but neither support does on the side of GXR. Motivate, they are going in for the Megas now. GXR, it's going to be a 3v4 scenario. See if they can make this defense happen. Start out, they've got In Your Dream. MP, skewer back. Masaros, he wants to try and force the buyback immediately, but the cheese is going to be eaten. In Your Dream now, he does have the mana back, and he's going to be alright. Motivate still just paying respect to GXR's draft. They are a little bit low on spells here, Motivate. Jackie, to go back in with the blink. Does get the tier 3 tower onto the racks now. Lincoln's is going to be broken. Rax is gone. Rangedrax is the only one left. Alacrity, though, he's going to jump in with the BKB onto the backside, onto Fearless. They want that Invoker gone, but the Ghost Walk not going to be enough. They'll get the kill, and now the Curse to cancel the TP on Masteros. Shouldn't ensure another, but he gets out of there. It's actually Q who's been caught out on the Nyx Assassin. They'll take him down. The rest of Motivate do get out. And the Rangedrax is still standing, so no Megas. Just some super creeps all across the board.
Oh man. You see this Roche Mite? It's another quick one. That was about 20 seconds, or 10 seconds actually. So, bit risky now. Motivate.Trust do not have buyback and Fearless. GXR could look for another Roche play here. That is Aegis, Cheese, and a refresh. Could be massive for either side. Double RP, triple Cataclysm if you wanted to here on Fearless. Looks like MTG is lined up to take it though. They're in the right spot. They've got the wards. They need to move quick.
And they go. Paulson, he's gone. Again, no buyback on the AA. They don't realize Roshan's up though. I guess both teams kind of weren't expecting it, but now MTG, they might go have a look. And Jackie, yeah, he senses it. Something's up. Back into the Roshan. This is a very lucky Roshan to find for Motivate. It even has the Refresher Shard. So now you have the double RP, or alternatively the triple Cataclysm.
Yeah. All of them are going to be good. I think you hand it to Mastros though. Like, as long as he has the mana to launch that double RP, like, it's just so impactful. He could save it to catch two groups of people, pump them up, skewer together, go from there. And now you've got security for Jackie as well. So a lot of options here. And GXR, again, on their last legs. One rack's left standing to stop the mega creeps. No inner buildings left for the most part. They still have their tier 4s. And as long as Motivate.Trust, if they find that angle, they can finally put this game to an end. But GXR, this is their last, potentially their last match. They are not going to go down without a fight. If they manage to turn it around here, they will force a game 3, so they're going to hang on for as long as possible.
Can they get it done though? Really be careful of this initiation and obviously take care for Masteros, because as soon as that RP does come in, oh, they're going for the Megas. He wants to just try and rush it. Jackie, Ice Blast gonna land. They get the Megas. Go Cam. Oh no, he committed the curse. Cataclysm out. Who have they blown up? It's gonna be Alacrity and Paulson. They're in again. They'll commit the buybacks. Alacrity's, he's going to try, but Jackie's looking pretty healthy. In fact, they all are. In your dream, he's going to go into the backside, but he's been hexed up. They might just commit the Omni, and they do. Right up to the Spectre. Cold Embrace may save the day for now, but Masteros, he's in, but no PRP. It doesn't land. He can refresh it, but he won't yet. They'll get Mizu. Mega's up. Do they want to just go for the tier 4s? It looks like they do. Motivate. This might be another grand final for this side as the Hex is out, the RP is there.
Oh,
was
dodge.
it? It was actually dodged. Alacrity dodges it out with the Sleight of Fist. Skewer back now onto the Spectre, but they're onto the Ancient. They're going straight for the Jugular. Jackie does not care about everyone around him. He'll just spin to win, and it looks like Alacrity will get taken out just before the game as Motivate.Trust back to the grand finals for the Lubet Pro Series Season 6 to be up against Boom Esports. And John, I'm not sure which team's going to be trying to get revenge. It seems like both of them have something to get revenge for.
Definitely. There's a lot of history with Motivate.Trust and Boom. Of course, we did see Boom knock down Motivate.Trust, so they clawed their way back from the lower bracket finals. And, you know, I'm going to just check really quick. The last time they played in the grand finals was Pro Series 3. And that did go 3-0 for the side of Motivate.Trust. So Boom, I'm wondering if they figured that out. Of course, in this game, Galaxy Racer, they held on for a long time. We're starting to find a bit of a groove there with In Your Dream. Scotty was up. It was looking good. Alacrity was really setting up early. But Motivate.Trust, the aggression they had with the combinations, with all the stuns they had in their two supports, with a global presence of Fearless with a Sunstrike into the Cataclysm, it's a bit too much. And as you mentioned, this is a very different Motivate.Trust. They're different heroes they're playing. This is a different playstyle. They're letting Fearless kind of soak up more form than Jackie early on and just building off of that momentum. I'm keen to see if Boom can adapt to this different sort of playstyle for Motivate.Trust, and if they can get revenge for the 3-0 in Pro Series last year, or if Motivate.Trust can bring back, win back that championship once more and can take revenge for being knocked down from the upper bracket.
Absolutely. John, with that, we aren't going to have a winners interview because obviously we're gonna allow Motivate to go have a break because they do have to go straight into the grand finals against Boom Esports. I'm not really sure exactly how much of a break they do have, but I'll try to find out from our admins. Before that, though, John, before we do head off to a break, have you got anything to do? Any giveaways, anything like that? So I'm feeling a bit thirsty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm thirsty too, and you know what would relieve that? Our sponsor, Mate.Mate. Mate.Mate, a natural energy drink as caffeine reimagined. Try Mate.Mate today and get more day, more night. Mate.Mate is available at all 7-Elevens throughout Asia, or click on the banner below and head over to the website and place your order. Now, we do have a giveaway from Mate.Mate as well. It's going to run for 10 minutes after that last series. So from the time I'm saying this till the right about 10 minutes after, you will have the chance to win 2 cases of Mate.Mate. We've got 10 winners each day. You can join in by typing !Mate.Mate in chat. And this is valid for all of Asia and Oceania. So those rare giveaways for us here in the region, join in. It's not going to cost you anything. You could win 2 cases of some very nice and energetic tea.
Absolutely. And do check your Twitch messages, for the love of God, because the mods, they do message very fast with the winners. You will find out today if you have won. In fact, you'll find out in about 10-15 minutes if you've won, because the mods are very quick at BTS. So please do have a look at your messages. Make sure you keep an eye on them, because they are going to have to get your details so they can send some Mate.Mate over to you guys straight away. And of course, you guys get to enjoy that drink. With that, John, it looks like our wait time is going to be roughly 25 minutes or so. In fact, I say 25. It's about 27 to be exact. Obviously, maybe the teams might be late as well. But we do have a bit of a break, 25 to 30 minutes. Till then, it is MLPDotA and johnxfire. We're going to go head off and take a short break as well. And we'll be back with the grand finals between Boom Esports and Motivate.Trust. We'll see you soon.